Hola Capricorns, this is your general reading for the last 2 weeks of July 2018. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It may not resonate and it can be about love, family, friends, finance, or business. If this reading does resonate, consider a personal reading. My rates and info are below, along with my email. Shoot me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. Things to keep in mind, I have my 2018 Sun Moon readings in my playlist. Go look up your Sun Moon sign and then check out what your behavioral traits are in addition to predictions for 2018. Just because it was the middle of the year does not mean anything. When you view it is when you were meant to see it. I also have compatibility readings up. I'm working on them at a snail's pace, and I apologize, but that's my personal project that I'm doing at my own pace. But you can still get a lot out of them if you go check those out. What else? Instant Go, right? Yeah. Instant Go, if you need a quick answer to a quick question at a reasonable price. Text only, no video or phone chat. So download the Instant Go app and look for Veronica Garnett. And then I think that's it. So let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit Angels, Divine Guides, Universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Capricorns for the last 2 weeks of July? What are the previous energies they came out of? What energies can they expect the last 2 weeks of July? And how will they be moving out of July into August? Out of July into August. Please grant me the objectivity to read these cards as they're intended to be read and say your messages as you intend to be said for Capricorns. Last 2 weeks of July 2018. Holy Spirit Angels, can you please show me the previous energies that Capricorn passed out of? The Eight of Coins in the upright. I mean, sorry, in the reversed, okay? Let me make sure this is... Okay. Can you please show me the energies they can expect last 2 weeks of July? We have the Nine of Swords in the upright. And then finally, moving forward, out of July into August, we have the Queen of Staves in reverse. All right, guys, so it looks like you're working on something or someone and it's not working out and it's causing you a little bit of anxiety and putting you off kilter is what I'm getting. First coat of paint, as I like to call it. So we have the Eight of Coins here in reverse. So the energies you're kind of passing out. You're really putting, I feel like you're working on something and you're not getting anywhere. This could be a person, this could be a project, this could be whatever entity it is. So I feel like you were working on it, and because you're not seeing progress, because you're having lack of progress, it's causing you to have lack of ambition, okay? The thing about the Eight of Pentacles that you need to keep in mind, though, and I told the Virgos this, which is surprising because Capricorns are, like, to me, they're similar to Virgos in several ways. But what's limiting lack of progress could be the way that you're thinking of things, okay? And I had this little long lecture with them, but I'll make it a little briefer here. So you're really limited in your views. You're really stuck in your way of thinking. What worked before on whatever you're trying to push through is not going to work the same way because, so if you did things a certain way and that solved the problem before, I feel like the variables of the problem has changed. So the variables of your solution need to change to accommodate the problem, even though it's a similar problem. And I'm getting the same feeling that I got kind of in the Virgo video. So you guys need to look at things different, needed to, because this was prior to, look at it from a different angle. So one kind of way that I put it to people is to break out of this box, to say to yourself, how would you normally behave in this situation? Or what would you think in this situation? And then do the exact opposite. It's a real way to crack yourself out of limited thinking and doing things the same way. And it boosts creativity to think of problem solving, to do problem solving in different ways, okay? So I think, whatever you're working at hard, you're working hard, but you're not working smart. And again, it could be a person, it could be a project, whatever it is, you're not working smart. You need to step back and say, okay, I need to rethink how I'm going to do this. Because here, the Nine of Swords, the energies the last 2 weeks of July, you're getting very upset because it's not working out. So you might be getting a little depressed. You're waking up in the middle of the night. You're worrying, you're over worrying about this. And Virgo got this card too. Interesting. So if you guys have Virgo in your chart, or you have a moon, if you have moon rising in Virgo, you might want to go look at this reading because it might be doubly so. You might get both, something from both. Okay, so you guys are suffering as a result of this. You're not getting anywhere. And then as a result, you guys are beating yourself up. You're having some really negative self-talk, like, why isn't this working out? It worked out before. I'm doing everything I can. I'm not getting any place. And these negative emotions that you guys are preventing you from doing things. Things aren't working out, so you do nothing. So you continue to have the same, it's a cycle. You continue to have the same negative talk with yourself. Things aren't happening. And after a while, it just paralyzes you. Causes, you know, this big block, and you don't end up going anywhere. You need to break out of this shell. You need to break out of prior coping mechanism, prior behavioral patterns that you had. Figure out what those things are, how you used to do things before, and then do the opposite, just to try it out, what it's like to you know, live on the other side, to become a different person, to think creatively, okay? And you got to do it soon, because I see in August, as you go into this, we have the Queen of Staves in reverse. Again, I feel like you guys are kind of, you know, she can be like dull, she could be apathetic, she can be cold, she can be angry, she can be aggressive. But one of the ways that she can be in this reading following suit is she can be a shrinking violet. She can lack in confidence. The Queen of Staves in the upright is all about confidence. She kind of tells people what's going on, how it's going to be. She steps on the scene. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. And she feels very confident telling people. In the reverse, not so much. So because this isn't working out for you, it's affecting your self-esteem. It's you know, kind of breaking you down in that respect. And you can't keep on letting this snowball, because if you continue to do so, it's going to weaken. You're going to continue to stay in your box, and you're not going to get any results out of this. Now, I don't know what this thing is, be it a person, be it a project, but this is not the correct path to go on, and you need to break out of this. So let's put down a second coat of paint on this. Can you please provide clarification on the 8 of Coins? Who is this person? What is this energy? What additional messages do you have? I mean, I am getting the message. Stop being who you were before and choose to be somebody different. And when you choose to do so, things are going to turn around for you. Okay, 8 of Coins. Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. 8 of Coins in reverse for Capricorn's person and personality. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. I swear, I was going to say something before I even pulled that. I was going to say, guys, don't give up. And then we pull a card that has to do with giving up. Okay. All right. Devil card in reverse. That's you guys. All right. So you guys are making your own situation here. Okay. The 7 of Swords, I'm kind of getting, you guys feel like giving up. Okay. Because there's too many mental challenges. There's a lot of mental challenges going on. You don't think you can handle them. Again, you're working hard, you're not working smart. And you just feel like throwing the towel in and being like, okay, well, this isn't going to work out. You know, maybe having a hard time breaking free from this. Releasing yourself from this. And here's your card of release. The Devil card is in reverse. That's your card. That's the card of Capricorn. That's telling you, here's the way out. Here's what you do. It's getting out of a toxic situation. It's getting out of a toxic way of thinking. It's a door opens and you can leave this way of thinking. It's actually about like leaving an abusive situation so you can recover. You're leaving a toxic situation so you can recover. I think the toxicity is you, no offense, but it's your way of thinking. And there's being a door open for you saying, hey, this is the way out. You can change. You can be a different person. You don't have to be your own worst enemy. And I really think that's what it is. You guys are your own worst enemy in regards to pursuing something. Queen of Swords in reverse. Don't like her because, and as a result, you're probably going through a lot of negative emotions because the Queen of Swords is all about that. Even though, you know, the Queen of Cups is all about emotions, she does it in a different way. Emotions get distorted, okay? You know, you're not thinking with your head in regards to this, and everything starts to feed into each other. You might be putting yourself down. You might do the, oh, this is so unfair. Or you were doing the, oh, this is so unfair. It's not fair. Why isn't this working out? I'm working so hard. Like that kind of speak going on, okay? And it just seems, you know, unfair and you feel like you're meeting all the demands. You feel like you're doing everything that you should do. And now you're getting bitter. And now you're getting resentful. And now those negative emotions are coming out as a result of something not panning out despite your hard work and your intention. What all you really need to do is just change things up. You know what? Do something crazy. I'm going to tell you what to do right now. Go look up a fire sign and look up the traits for a fire sign. Okay, because actually the fire sign is the, I don't want to say the opposite, but they have a lot of traits that earth signs lack, okay? Go look up the traits for an Aries or a Sagittarius or a Sagittarius, Aries, who's the other, or Leo, okay? And look how they go about doing things. Or even an air sign. Look at what a fire sign or air sign does, how they handle things, how they approach a project. If you have a friend that is a fire or air sign, look at what they do, how they go about handling things. I mean, look at the air signs. The air signs, they blow things off. They become so detached. They're just like, oh, you know, if something doesn't go right, they're like, okay, well, what's the next thing we're going to move on to? Fire signs can be like this too. Fire signs are so passionate. They don't get caught up. And they're usually pretty positive too, actually. So what I was saying is go look up at the traits for an air or a fire sign, and then for like a week, try to embody what a fire or air sign would do, just to feel what it's like to feel different, you know? I know that sounds like really weird, you know, things, but I actually do that sometimes. Sometimes, you know, if I'm stuck, I'll look to Aries, even though I look at Aries a lot of the times, and I'm like, what, you know, oh my God, like, you know, they're like a bull in a china shop sometimes, you know, and you're just running around chasing after them. Be that person for a while to break yourself out of who you are, because I feel like you guys are stuck in regards to how you're thinking, and you're stuck in this negative kind of gloom and doom kind of thing, and nothing's going to change until you break out of it. You please provide clarification on the Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Capricorn's last 2 weeks of July? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please, for the Nine of Swords. Person, personality. Yep. Six of Wands. So all this stuff is doing is just continuing to weaken you, making you feel like a failure, making you want to give up, sucking away at your confidence. Are you going to something or somebody in your past with the Six of Cups? You might be trying to reconcile with someone in your past. That could be the person. But you could be going to something in your past. You're being nostalgic. You're clinging to the past, which again is another box. Staying in the past instead of moving forward, or being in the present. At least try to be in the present. You might be having, you might be idealizing a situation. You might have thought it was going to turn out a certain way, and it didn't turn out a certain way. And then when it did not, then you had the negative speak. You know, you idealized it. There was something else I was going to add to that. Yeah, you could have set the bar too high in regards to this, and you're not accepting of how it didn't pan out for you. Maybe you wanted it to pan out a certain way. You had a certain thing in mind. And here's your judgment call. Here's your wake-up call here with the judgment card. The judgment card is here to tell you, those last 2 weeks in July, you're going to have your wake-up call. You're going to figure out where your purpose is. You're going to figure out how to do things differently. You're going to have a final decision in regards to your soul makeup and who you are and how you're going to go about doing things. How you get this clarity, I don't know. It could be from this reading, but I feel like you're going to make a decision to do things differently. You're going to look around, you're going to judge what's going on around you and realize it's not working for you the way you're doing it right now. And I really think a lot of you guys are going to have a light bulb moment. I hope it's because of this reading. Let's hope. Okay. Can you please provide clarification on the Queen of Staves? Why is the Queen of Staves in reverse? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please, for the Queen of Staves in reverse for Capricorns as they move out of July into August. I'm really hoping we pull good cards on this. All right. Maybe not. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So while you are, even as you go into August, while you're obsessing about this thing that you're trying to push through, again, personal project, however you want that to be, you're missing a whole bunch of offers in the meantime. And because you're not changing anything. The Four of Cups is about not really changing anything, repressing your feelings, just kind of sitting there and not doing anything. And as a result, you don't see offers that are right under your nose. And the Four of Cups, when it's in the uprights, we're about fixating, but it's an unwillingness to change. It's hanging out in a limbo that is not serving you. And you are just missing opportunities as they come and go throughout your life because you're not implementing change to become a different person, to make things work for you. You're actually going against the grain. You're in your own box. Four of Swords, some of you actually might be getting therapy. That's the card of therapy. You might seek counseling in order to get out of this. So you might be being very proactive here. After a while, you guys kind of realize, okay, things aren't working out for me. I need to figure something out. So you take a break, you rest, you recover, you get therapy, you get counseling. You look at a reading like this. You take a time out so that you can renew. You take a break so you can renew. You regroup so that you can approach this person, this project a different way, because what was happening before was not working, okay? So you take your time out in a way to just kind of get it together. What is going to be my new approach to this? Because what I have been doing is not working. What I have not been doing has been, or what I've been doing has been affecting me negatively. It has been causing me stress. It has been beating down my self-esteem. So it looks like in August, you guys actually decide to turn it around. We have the Five of Pentacles here. So this indicates, you know, and it might be your rock bottom. You might have poured so much into this that you end up losing something. Could be a job loss, could be a person. It's an emotional hardship. It's a financial hardship. It's a test of resources. Could be a relationship challenge. But I mean, because this is a hardship, but I feel like you guys are bringing it on yourselves. I don't really feel like it's the other person. It's just you're so set in your ways and you're so convinced. And with you Capricorns, you have it in your head. You guys are the goats. You climb mountains. You have it in your head that you're going to climb every mountain no matter what. That's weird because I watched The Sound of Music last night and I just heard, climb every mountain. But yeah, you guys, there is no other for you. When there's a problem, you kind of go, okay, I'm going to be ambitious. I'm going to get to the top of this mountain because that's what I do. I'm going to work very hard to get there. And again, I think you guys just kind of think that if you come up with a plan and you work hard at it, you're going to get there. And that doesn't always happen. Again, if you look at some Aries and some air signs that you know are CEOs or they don't always have a plan and they don't always work hard. Things just kind of happen. And I'm sure there's times when you Capricorns are like incredulous at this, going, wait a minute, how did this guy just make $1 million? He had no plan. He didn't know what he was doing. He just ran out there with an idea and was like, hey, here I am. And all of a sudden, you know, I know you've run into people like that. And that's what the problem is here. Tried and true doesn't always work. Okay. I'm thinking of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race. That's not always the case. Ooh, I like that. Slow and steady wins the race. That's not always the case. Is that going to be a title, Capricorns? It might be a title. All right. So that's what I'm thinking in regards to that. Okay. So if you guys are having this problem or any problem at all, consider a personal reading. My rates and info are below. Just send me an email and you can set up a personal reading and we can work through this. Other things to keep in mind, I'm going to mention them again. Check my playlist for my 2018 Sun Moon readings. Check my playlist for my compatibility readings. I'm on Instant Go if you need a quick answer to a quick question at a reasonable price. Text only though. And then otherwise, I will see you guys for your love reading in August. Best of luck to my Capricorns. Adios, guys. Bye.